I'll give you also, President, the opportunity to introduce your entrant. Then after that introduction,
Member of Parliament for Samburu North and member of this committee.
thank you, then Basil.
Thank you very much and your team for winning the election.
So I just want to give an opportunity to members to...
I have to get every week transport to make sure they have been able to get jobs within this.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Good afternoon, all members of the Federation, members of the Fourth Estate, all members of the Secretariat. It is truly a privilege to be here in front of you today to articulate and to present to you the status of Kenyan football and our vision for the game. Chairman, Football Kenya Federation has gone through different phases over the years. Our key strategic plan and our key agenda is to really develop football right from the grassroots to the national, to our national leagues. Kenya has a rich football culture and history, and despite the challenges that we've faced over very many years, it is one sport that has managed to stand the test of time. So this particular administration is committed to ensuring that we succeed and that we bring our football back to where it was and even to greater and better heights. We are at crossroads and we have challenges, but those challenges also present massive opportunities for us. The sport is definitely, it's not even arguably the most popular, it is the most popular sport in this country. And we have seen in the recent past that the goodwill seems to be coming back, and we're very excited about that. Chairman, we understand very clearly the reason we ran for these offices was to come and fix our football. It is my request that I don't dwell too much on the problems and the challenges that have faced football in the past. We now need to look forward and look at how do we provide now long-term solutions to these challenges. We have a lot of work to do in terms of improving our women's football. It has shown a lot of promise. So the current situation is that our women's football seems to be doing better than the men's football. We've invested heavily in women's football. We've provided support for the women's football. I'm not sure if you are aware that the Kenya under-17 actually played yesterday against Morocco, and we beat them 2-0. We are at the brink of qualifying. Just I think 1 or 2 more games, and we are back in the World Cup. And we will be coming to the situation that we found the Federation in a short while. So, Chairman, we are hoping that also this Federation, together with the government and other stakeholders, will help us build infrastructure across the country. It is one of the requirements for any football and footballing nation to put in place so that we can commercialize football. We cannot really commercialize football if we don't have the right requisite infrastructure across the country for commercialization of the sport. On the women's side, we have done a little bit better. Harambee Starlets is on course. They have climbed seven places in the latest FIFA ranking. We intend to invest a little bit more in the women's football at the highest level to make sure that they qualify for WAFCON. WAFCON is coming up, and they need to beat Gambia. We have a game at home. They need to beat Gambia home and away, and we will be through to the Women Africa Cup of Nations. Under 20 is doing quite well. We are trying to see if the national team will qualify for the FIFA World Cup, and they are on course as we speak. And we are working day and night to see how we can mitigate, how we can manage this debt portfolio. There has been also unequal funding or a disparity, a key disparity between women and men's football and youth football. It is, of course, our intention that we will also invest in women's football the same way we are investing in the men's football so that we bring them more or less on the same level. Currently, in the present, we want to increase the investment in football with all our partners at the grassroots level and also at the national level. We are talking to partners to see how we can improve our leagues, to also improve infrastructure and capacity building. Infrastructure is critical. If we don't have the requisite infrastructure, we will never commercialize football like it has been done everywhere else in the world. Also, right now at the moment, we have more of a program to restructure the current leagues. We have about 7 tiers from sub-county to the county level, then the regional, then you have the Division 2, then Division 1, and from there you go to NSL and then go to Premier League. So at the moment, the Federation is looking at restructuring that league so it's more competitive, it is more marketable, and people can understand it a little bit better. So restructuring the leagues is critical for our success. This is what we are currently doing in the present. We want also to improve the capacity in our technical benches across all national teams, youth teams, and also the grassroots. Our strategies to improve the standards of youth and women football is to focus on youth development, especially the national teams under 13, under 15, and under 17. Focus in the schools, the particular schools and academies that are doing so well right now in the country. We will focus on how to partner with them and add value to all the work that they are doing. We will have our annual inter-county tournament featuring top 32 teams, which will be a national event every year. We are looking at a scouting program where we will deploy scouts almost at every sub-county. Mr. Chair, in terms of our strategic plan, the summary of it brings me to the end of it, and I have some recommendations that I wish through you to propose to this committee for support. And some of those recommendations are the enactment of an anti-match manipulation regulation. In the last couple of months, we have seen on social media and across all media the challenges we are facing with match fixing. The biggest problem is that our hands are sort of tied behind our back. We are not able to, we can deal with it to a certain level, or we can take action to a certain level. However, we need laws that will criminalize this practice. If we don't curb match fixing now, we will kill the aspirations of millions and millions of our footballers for now and in the future. So this needs to be addressed, and the only way is to bring legislation that will criminalize this vice and will help us to deal with the match fixing and match manipulation. We have taken steps, however, Chairman, to involve our law enforcement agencies on matters match fixing, and we are making headway. We have already suspended a few people. We'll be taking more action moving forward, but we request that once the proposal comes to Parliament, that we move with speed to have match manipulation, anti-match manipulation regulations and laws in place as quickly as possible. Government has been a big supporter. We need your support as well when it comes to budget. To consider football as the biggest sport in the country. It's barely enough what we are getting, and our request to this committee is to be our advocates whenever possible, to push for us to get a little bit more funding, to bridge the deficits that we have on a daily basis, and as we source for more partners. We are currently talking to a couple of corporates who are interested in coming on board. We will have a roadshow to the private sector, which has already kick-started by meeting a few captains of industry. The roadshow is aimed at opening corporate doors for them to partner with us, so that we are also less reliant on the taxpayer and less reliant on the government for its funding, but that will come after we show that the new office is able to be accountable, is transparent, and is achieving its short and mid-term targets. Stakeholders' incentives, Mr. Chair, we need to incentivize our players. the amount of allowances that we give to our players is still way below what is expected or what it should be. So we need to improve the remuneration and the allowances of our players, especially for the national teams. And we have made a request to the relevant ministry to have a look at remuneration of not only players, also the technical benches for our national teams, and see what we need to do. But also private sector can play a big role if they are incentivized well. If we give companies tax rebates on time for the monies that they put into football and the monies that they put into sports, then they will be inclined to supporting us a little bit more. We have legislation that is currently, maybe in terms of tax laws, that is holding back some corporates who would want to invest in football. And our request is that sometimes we need to have an open discussion about this and see what kind of incentives can we give to the private sector so that they can come and pump in more money. There's investors from outside the country. We've had interest from Europe and from the US on investing in Kenya in matters sports, because they've seen how big it is all over the world. But our laws, our Sports Act 2013 is not friendly for investors who want to come and invest in sports.
Chair and Hussein, you have a very big job to do. And the job starts by cleaning up the past and giving us the present and be able to show us the future of football in this country. And I believe you have what it takes with the two lovely footballers loved in this country for many years.
Then my last question is regarding how you intend to harness talents. At what stage do you intend to involve constituencies and more so leaders at constituency level? We're talking of members of parliament to be able to ensure there is equity when it comes to tapping talents at that level.
Make it short, and if it is about to respond, Hussein, just go on the straight point, because I think you have given us enough information.